Welcome back to another episode of Toys in My Closet. It's me, your host, Ebot, and tonight we're going to take a look at none other than the Sideshow Collectibles G.I.joe, a real American hero, machine gunner, codename Rock and Roll. Yes, this is a Sideshow collectible, so I'm going to do a more premium product again on my channel. I've had this figure for quite a while. It was a gift from my daughter from I think last year and hadn't had the chance to review it. I got it for a very good price, especially for what it's going for now in the aftermarket. It's very high in price value, especially with the hype around G.I.joe. I have just a few of these pieces because, you know, they are expensive and I can't afford them. I just usually tend to get them when I find one for a reasonable price. This one, I believe I paid $170. If I wasn't mistaken, that's what it came out to. As you see, it has the classic aesthetic and style of the G.I.joe, right? In the way that it was in the old school card backs from the 3 3/4 inch, but a little bit modern take on it, Sideshow's take on it. It does say here in the top part that it is a product that is supposed to be for age 14 and up. And we can take a closer look as we zoom in, and we take a closer look and you see that has a nice photo of Rock and Roll. In the bottom it says Sideshow, code name Rock and Roll. A side profile of him in the backfire effect of the classics 3 3/4 inch, as you see there. Let's get a little bit more focused in. Looking really nice. It says machine gun at the top, G.I.joe there. Then we turn it around and it has a nice profile and promotional pic of him with all of his accessories. It says specification classified. Then it comes with the file card, as you see there, machine gunner, code name Rock and Roll, and it says McCulnell, Craig S, and then it says primary military specialty is infantry. Then it has a little bio there, as it reads there, and it says Rock and Roll was a surfer in Malibu prior to enlisting. He was also a weightlifter and played bass guitar in a local rock band. Oh, in local rock bands, with plural, a couple of bands. Is familiar with all NATO and Warsaw facts, lights, and heavy machine guns. Graduated advanced infantry trainer and top of his class, and specialized in education, covert ops schools. So there's a little bio, and then you can read the rest, and then it shows some other figures in this actual wave, which was a Cobra infantry Viper and Zartan, which I do not have either one because they're very expensive, like I said. And then on the side, another, you know, profile of him in the, with the background. On the top, it just has, you know, G.I.joe, and then the bottom, just Sideshow, seal of authentication, UPC, and legalese. And, you know, that's pretty much what you have for the box. Now, these boxes are, I believe, magnetized, if I'm not mistaken. So what you do is you basically have to kind of open them from the top here, and I believe, no, not from the top, actually, no, it's from the side. See, it's a side clip. When you open it, it gives you like all this gear loadout specifications, and then when you look at the gear loadout specifications, it gives you the weapons down there and what it has and what it brings. And then you see when you open it completely, you have two completely opened windows. This window alone as you see, brings all of his accessories right there. And then over here has some other stuff like the stands, extra legs, and boots, and gloves, and his backpack. I took him out of the box, and then G.I.joe whole synopsis there, the G.I.joe, what they stand for, whatever. So it's a pretty nice and, you know, a bulky packaging with a lot of stuff that comes with it. So hopefully we'll get through the whole review quicker, sooner than later. And I hope you sit down and you enjoy the whole review. So sit back, relax, have a digital drink, and you know, sit. I invite you for the ride in the review and see how you think and how you like it. So I'll see you soon. Okay, guys, and we're back, and here we have Rock and Roll out of the packaging. And as you can see, he is in his deco with the army green suit with all the brown straps everywhere. He has, you know, spots of dirt on the clothing for extra highlights and details, which look really cool. A couple of areas with tattoos on the skin, as you can see there, more noticeably on the forearm. Now, this is an older piece of a premium line, so a lot of the figures from the early days of these premium lines, you know, they had high-end stuff like the clothing and stitching, the accessories, all very high-end, very well painted, and the sculpting in the face. But the buck itself is very, very old and dated. So one of the things that was, you know, kind of not cool or great with these particular bucks is that they would get really soft and limp, kind of loose, really fast, because it had kind of like a Barbie Amigo style feel to them, but much higher quality, if that makes any sense. But you know, again, it is older, so you have to, you know, it comes with the territory, and it is what it is. Being updated, I'm pretty sure, like the way they are now, they would be, you know, probably 10 times better than what it is, even though this is absolutely a great figure and beautiful piece nonetheless. So real quick, let's just bring him in, and you see real quick, take a look at his face, as you see there. The face has a very nice amount of detail, the Goldilocks hair, the blue eyes, the actual gold, you know, blondish beard and mustache. Very well painted. Has a little light wash on it, not too much. Skin tone's really nice. It's a more rosy tan in real life, but it's still pretty accurate on the actual what you're seeing on screen. He seems to have a red shirt underneath. I don't want to take all this off, so I don't want to, you know, because it's very delicate, very hard to take off all these little straps that you see he has everywhere, like that, and over here, and over here, and really nicely detailed over here where you would slide stuff in, and inside, right on his belt buckle. You see all the stitching. It's really done really well. In the pockets, he has one on both arms and both, you know, biceps. Here's the back itself. All the straps in there, and a nice browny color in the booty area and the buttocks area, and the side panel there is for like a cantina. The pouches in the back with pockets are like actual real pockets, and in the front there, as you see, and then he has a knife holder in the corner, and then the boots look really nice, weathered and really nicely detailed, as you can see there, with the two-tone of green and going on brown to make it look like a muddy effect on them, with a lot of detailing, as you can see there. Very nice, green laces and weathering and detail. So the figure itself looks great. And you have, you know, the tattoo there with the guitar and some wings done really well. The actual, you know, wearing actual veins and things of that nature. Let's get it to focus. Let's see. Yes, let's see if it'll focus. Oh, sorry guys, I'm trying to get this to focus. There it is. It comes in kind of good and then kind of blurs out. I'm sorry with the hand, but there it is pretty much in the details. So, you know, he looks cool the way he is. And again, it's the only my gripe would be the body, and also the fact that he's rock and roll, and me having the figure from the vintage and now having the 25th anniversary, for me he kind of looks too young. Rock and roll is a little bit older, always. For me, I always felt like he was an older character, so the face looks kind of too young. But you know, let's see what he looks like with the accessory. Maybe he'll look different, and you know, it won't look as young. So just give me a sec. I'll be right back, and we'll take a look at all of his accessories. Back with the accessories, and the amount of accessories and the level of detail is uncanny. It's unprecedented. I mean, this is why, more than likely, this is why, well, not more than likely, without a shadow of a doubt, this is why these figures were considered high premium and were pricey, even back then. And I don't even think now they would come with this much level of accessories and detail within the accessories. So we'll start off one by one because it's very overwhelming. I'm going to try to do it as fast as possible. We'll start off with his helmet, which is the classic helmet, obviously. Here you go. And let's see if I can get it to focus really fast. And we'll go quickly. This is the helmet. You see all the dust and dirt on it. Weathering. This is Cobra. Don't surf. And this is the front of the helmet. And you can put like stickers on the helmet and everything. It's like really cool the way they did it. Holy cow. Sorry. I'm trying to do this and for some reason it keeps slipping out of my hand. Holy cow. There we go. See? And you can put details on it, and it has a strap on the inside, like so. That you take out, pull out, and obviously put it over the head, like so. So moving right along, comes with a hand pistol, really nicely detailed. As you see, it's like a silver, has like a little chamber in the front in silver. You see the handle has beige and black, and it even comes with a clip that mimics you taking it out, and you can, you know, put it in like you're reloading for the hand pistol. It also brings an extra clip. Also, the code for the bullets. Nice detail. Brings a beret. Really nice beret in black, with which is actually suede black. which is crazy. There you go. This is a suede black with a nice symbol there. In the front comes with dog tags that actually has writing on it, but it's so small I can't read what it says. An extra set of boots for like a, if you want to put them in a running position. 2 water canteens, which I believe, no, I thought they popped open, but no, nonetheless they're still pretty realistic in that money green. They have that metally look. Comes with 2 of those. It comes with 2 pouches with actual working zippers, very small, that you hide and put away the canteen. That's one of them there. Actually, there's one of them here, there. And then it has another one here, which I opened carefully to make sure that's what it was for, as you see there. Then it also has these side pouches where you would put, other things like a cardboard in there right now. So you put the extra accessories like grenades and stuff like that. There's 2 of those. Then you have the smaller pouch here for like a radio, like your smoke bomb. Then he has a knife, a hand knife, as you see, with the nice brown and silver in the actual blade itself. He brings 4 sets of hands, 2 regular bare hands for 1 set, and then 3 actual gloves on. And these are fisticuffs right here, fisticuffs with the brown and leathery green, and then the other regular mustard green or olive oil green, sort of military green. He brings another set of hands, which is a trigger and a more open hand, like for to throw grenades or hold the other end of a barrel of the gun. This is another one here, which I believe is for his knife and the smoke grenades, and then one kind of opened, probably making gesture or something like halt or whatever. It comes with this bag here that's full of dog tags that say G.I.joe, U.S. military, a bunch of different things on it, patches, and you can pull them anywhere in his body where he has Velcro. The classic, rifle that we all know, with the green, grays, blacks, really nicely detailed and painted, looking very G.I.joe classic. It comes with 2 smoke grenades, one yellow, red, and on the top of each one you'll see that it has the green painted really nice, red with the yellow, yellow with the yellow, just to show you which one's which in a visible way. Then it comes with 3 of these grenades. I'll try to show you one. One fell down. Really nice with silver and the military green. And the 3 of those is classic, it's classic machine gun. So it's called a machine gun. I think this, classic machine gun that he has that you can put on the floor. These are all moving parts. You can do this, you know, the scope. Even there, you can lift it up, so it gives you the illusion that he's loading it up, and it has the silencer where you can move it, you know, forward and back, or rather the scope looks really good. Even on the other, and then in the back it's painted where it says roll, and then on the other side it says rock, and it says snake. I think it says charmer, snake charmer. I can't really see it due to the light in my eyes right now. Sorry about that. Then the strap where you can put it around him, like the old classic style as well, which is really, really cool. So he brings that. And he also brings, let me see if I can get it to stay here. He brings this backpack with nice straps everywhere, with greens and all kinds of other different colors, as you see. And it has this actual working zipper, as you'll see right there, which is crazy. Painted very nicely in a nice material. Then he has the lining, the inside lining for the helmet, as you see there, and then some stickers for his helmet on the outside. And then last but certainly not least, he brings the clips that hold all of his bullets, so you can put it around his body and one on the gun. As we know, this is the rock and roll tradition. Without these, it's not rock and roll. Brings 3 of these. So that is all of the accessories. I know it's a mouthful, but I wanted to show them all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys his articulation, and then try to show you rock and roll with all of the accessories on. Before I do that, one last thing I forgot to mention that he also brought was the stand for the figure. Classic stand with the G.I.joe logo. Sideshow collectible, as you see. So that's a nice touch and helpful in a lot of ways. So let's bring him in to take a look at the articulation. As far as his head, I mean, he has pretty good range. He definitely has good range. He moves left and right. He can look down this much, like so. He can look up that much, like so. And he has a ball peg in the neck. It's independent, as you can see there. It's an independent peg for for the neck itself. He has tilt, very good tilt, left and right, as you can see. Now he has the shoulders that go up that much. He has a bicep swivel. The hand can go 180 degrees, but because of the clothing, you can't do it. But it is there. He has a single that goes on the elbow that goes a little bit over 90. Then the ball peg on the wrist, so the wrist goes in and hinges out, and obviously you have full rotation on the wrist as well. He also has a waist swivel, and then he has a very, very, very substantial ab crunch and hyperextends back, very much so. So they're very posable, without a doubt. Very, very posable. Then he does have the actual, you know, tilt from side to side, also in the torso and waist area. Then he has a thigh swivel. You can pick up his feet that much. And he has a double in the knee. Like so. You can split very much so, even with the clothes on. So it's just a matter of the clothes stretching. And then he has a swivel in the boot, and obviously a little bit of a rocker from side to side. So as far as his articulation goes, it's pretty substantial. I mean, you can get these guys in dynamic poses, but because they have so much clothing on, I think a lot of people will hesitate and be intimidated because they don't want to rip anything and mess it up, which is understandable. I mean, I get it, but when you've been doing figure collecting for so long, for so many years, you figure out how you can actually mess with it without, you know, ruining the figure. I mean, that's why the articulation is there, and the, you know, that's why the flexibility in the clothing was created, so that you can actually, you know, pose them without really ripping anything. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be careful, because obviously it's expensive, and with any expensive premium figure, you want to be careful. But for the most part, their design, it is by design that you can actually, you know, pose him up and have a nice amount of range with him as far as posability. So now I'm just going to try to get all the accessory on and come back and show you with him with all of them on, and it's probably going to take me a while, but for you guys it'll probably be just a matter of seconds. So I'll see you guys soon. To take me hours, and literally, without kidding you, that's what it took me to get all this accessory on him, and still I don't think a lot of it was on correctly. A lot of it just falls right off. If it, you know, from any little movement, this figure is very, 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 very annoying to handle. I don't even know how to stress to you how annoying it is. Once you get him done, I guarantee you no one will want to touch him again. He has a book bag, a harness, the two, clips, gun clips that you got to put around them, all the pouches, you got to lower the stuff down. Then you have the, you know, the knife holder that doesn't really want to hold. Make sure you put the pouches in the back. Everything, you know, and where to store the other stuff that he has. I messed up one of the stickers in the head, in the helmet, because it didn't come out correctly because of my hands being too big for it. So it looks like complete ass, but it is what it is. The sticker, I didn't put not too much thought into it, but he looks great. He's fantabulous. He's going to be amazing in the shelf. But he is. You need a lot of patience. A lot of patience. These sideshows with these little clips and little buttons and zippers for people with big hands, like, you know, ourselves, is going to be hard. Very hard to handle. Very hard. You need a lot of patience. But he looks great. You know, all in all, that's it. He looks really great. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. There we go. so you can see. And like I said, looks really great, and you know, that's really what's more the most important part. So what I'm gonna do now is zoom out a little bit. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to get a few figs, put them side by side, and do a couple of comparisons with the rock and rolls that I have, and with, you know, other sideshows that I have of G.I. Joe. So I'll see you guys really soon. Okay guys, I'm back, and here we have the comparisons that I can do with the only rock and rolls I have, because there's not one on the G.I. Joe Classified yet. There wasn't one made in any of the Sigma, because I do have G.I. Joe Sigma 6, and I don't remember if G.I. Joe Extreme had a rock and roll, but I didn't collect that line because I didn't like the way they look. So obviously I have them next to the vintage here, which, as we all know, is it's the classic G.I. Joe. But he doesn't bring, you know, none of the, what you call it, other extra accessorios. Then I have the Lego, well, Creo rock and roll, as you see, looking all dapper also, you know what I'm saying? With his Goldilocks beard. And then obviously, you know, the rock and roll here on Sideshow. So very much a more realistic take, but a very elegant and beautiful looking piece. As I said, it's just that this figure with all these accessories is extremely difficult to handle. You need a lot of patience with him, and having big fingers, you need like tweezers to move it around and all that stuff, because it's almost impossible to get to do what you need to do as far as adjusting and opening pouches and belts right there. It's almost impossible, but you know, you guys get the idea. So let's do some more comparisons and bring some other figures in, just for fun, right? We can bring in maybe a, you know, Masters of the Universe Revelation Scareglow and put them side by side, just so you can see the scalability with them, with another line, right? Alongside maybe a Super 7 Conan the Barbarian, Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan from Super 7. And you see that the scale differences is pretty significant. It's pretty big, but you know, cool nonetheless. So we'll move them out and move Scareglow out real quick, and we'll put in and bring in maybe a McFarlane Toys Frank Miller Batman, Armored Batman, which I have right here. Give me 1 second. I'll put him here on the side, and he's more of a taller figure, 7-inch there. And let's bring in one of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. I forget the name of this character. I think it's the Vulture Troopers. Obviously, that piece fell off. He's on a stand, and that's a 6-inch. So you see how he scales with 6 and 7-inch, even though I do have it on the stand. So it's kind of cheating in a way, so it's not really ridiculous. Let me see what else I can probably bring in here real quick. Have just for differences of scales. Let me see. Let me move this out. Bring in Gundam Universe Gundam figure from their 6-inch line, as you can see. And maybe bring in a let's see, Transformers, Titans, what you call it, I believe it's Blitzwing, right? Not Blitzwing, oh my god, I forget his name at the moment, but he's the triple changer from the movie. And you see them there, side by side. I am selling this guy, by the way, if anybody's interested. And let's see. And last but certainly not least, what would make the most sense, because it's in the same scale range and realm, is some other sideshow. And this one was the other piece that was extremely difficult to mess with as well, because he has a lot of pouches and gadgets and areas, also zippers and stuff that you got to get to. And that's the Cobra Trooper officer, as you see there. And I have the 3-0, which was fairly newly released, the 3-0 G.I.joe Snake Eyes. As you can see, it's still the same scale right there. Move him over a little bit. Still in the same scale, but you know, made from a different make. But you see that it looks really good. They look great side by side, and they are pretty much in the same realm of, you know, of action figure line. You know, like they are all three of them 12-inch figures that go and complement each other side by side very well. So now I'll just, you know, give my closing thoughts on the review of the figure and what I think, and my final thoughts, and we'll close from there. Okay guys, and we're back, and here we have them rock and roll on the figure spinner. So guys, basically he is a fantabulous figure, absolutely amazing, stunning details. The level of details in the accessories and the level of amount of accessories that it brings are unprecedented. They're second to none for a figure of this scale. I think it's probably even unheard of at this point. I don't think no real high-end premium figure of this 12-inch magnitude and lines, right, come with that many accessories anymore. And if they do, the price point is way higher than what these used to sell when they first came out. These figures, remember, they used to be in the realm of $120 to $150 at the time, and that was considered a really high price. But you know, as you see, it's well worth it. Although some parts feel cheaper in material than others, still, you know, it's well, you feel that it's well worth it. So again, if you can get your hands on them and find them for a reasonable price, don't hesitate, don't think twice. Definitely you should add them to your collection. I'll zoom in a little bit. Definitely add them to your collection, right, like I was saying. Definitely add him to your collection, because he's well worth it, and you'll be satisfied. You'll definitely be happy with him. But keeping in mind that the caveat is you need an extreme amount of patience to deal with him, because he is very delicate and very cumbersome as far as handling all the accessories, like the packs and the 3 harnesses, the belt, the, you know, the bullet racks around him. All that stuff, very difficult to deal with. Like I said, one of those figures, once you get everything on them, I doubt that you'll ever go back and mess with him again, unless you got to clean him and move him around and something like that. But besides that, I doubt it that you'll want to really touch him, because he's just like, ah! And even these parts right here are little Velcro patches and stuff that you can put on him, where it says, you know, G.I. Joe, rock and roll, really cool. And he has the little 3 grenades on him and stuff. So again, guys, yeah, I recommend him. He's amazing, amazing figure. So guys, that is my final thoughts and review on the G.I. Joe sideshow collectible machine gunner, code name Rock and Roll. One of the classics, original figures from actually Wave 1 in the vintage, in the very first wave. And, you know, one that will never get old, and that any real G.I. Joe enthusiast will want to have in the collection, because he is a pivotal character. Now we'll want to see how he's going to be brought into the G.I. Joe Classified. Hoping that they keep him with the aesthetics of the old figure, but adding some new modern tweaks to just kind of bring him up to date. Because he is very well known and classic to any G.I. Joe fan and recognizable immediately. So guys, there it is. Thumbs up if you like the video. Thumbs down if you dislike the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, your own thoughts. And all you G.I. Joe fans, if you have them, if you don't have them, if you like to get them after my reviews, I help you out with any of the, you know, your doubts or anything like that. Share the video with someone you think might like it. Thank you for all those who continue to come by and support my channel and make my channel sustain, so I can continue. If you're new to the channel and you like what I'm doing, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for subscribing if you did. And if you did, remember, it means the world to me, because I know you didn't have to, but since you did, I consider you now part of my family. Just take that into mind and thought, and remember that. As always, you can find me on social media, on Instagram under C_respect, on Twitter under the most powerful gaming historian, and obviously you guys can always hit me up in a DM there if you like. If you like to make any donations, want me to highlight anything, showcase anything, review anything, because you like the way I do it and you want to showcase it on the channel, it'd be a pleasure, it'd be my honor. I would love to do that. Just like I said, hit me up in the DMs and we'll work out the particulars. And lastly, if you guys ever want to help my channel directly, because you like what I do and you want to help my channel grow and get bigger and better with more great content for the future, it will go a long way. But only if you can, only if you have the means to, and only if you want to, from the kindness of your heart. There is a way to do it. It's down in the description below with my PayPal information and a Patreon page that I created as well. Guys, this is your host and boy, He-Bot, signing off with another episode of Toys in My Closet. Until the next one, keep collecting, be safe doing, and respect those around you, because you're still in trying times. Bye-bye.